Hi, welcome to Taste the Florida Tropics. My name is Sonia Vaquero, and I am here from the tropical fruit growers of South Florida, working with them and having tropical fruit discussions. Today, as our guest, we have one of our top local South Florida chefs. He is a wonderful chef, and actually he is our tropical fruit grower spokes chef. He's our spokesperson on tropical fruit, so we're very happy to have him. Chef Alan Susser, welcome.
A pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. We have Chef Alan here today with us because we're talking about a very important cause. It's called the SOS, Share Our Strength, Taste of the Nations event that is coming up in August. And Chef Alan Susser, he is the chairman of the Miami SOS event. So, Chef Alan, first of all, great that you're involved with this great organization.
Well,
and I want you to tell us, the viewers, not everybody knows exactly what SOS, Share Our Strength, means. And we're going to be talking about today how this is impacting our local community here today.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, first off,
Thank
and to share and invite everybody to SOS. SOS stands for Share Our Strength. Share Our Strength is sharing the strength of the community to raise money to benefit hunger relief. And actually, today, it's focused on childhood hunger. This is an organization that is going for about 20 years now, and I've been the chairman of the Miami chapter for about 18 years.
How many chapters are there?
There's actually about 100 chapters throughout the United States and Canada.
Okay.
And when we talk about chapters, you're actually talking about lots of chefs, lots of chefs who love to cook, and I think that's where the real strength of SOS has been, because it's a sort of chefs getting together, wanting to do something good for the community. And so it's sort of a chef-run event, a chef get-together where we get together, all of my chef friends from locally as well as around the country, and we cook together and putting food on the table to raise money for those who can't have food on the table. And so it's just a wonderful event. Actually, this year's event is going to be at Turnberry, the Fairmont up in Aventura, on August 2nd.
Very close to your restaurant, Chef Alan's restaurant, which is around the corner. Great place to visit as well.
Right.
And this organization, as you said, this event is to stop childhood hunger. We're really focusing on stopping it at the beginning, teaching the parents how to feed the child, how to make your means grow a little bit more, and give them aid when there's some.
Well, there's lots of different ways. That's definitely one of the ways that the dollars go towards educating the parents about nutrition and healthful cooking, but also trying to move the sort of political will to get people to change the way that they're supporting childhood issues and fighting childhood hunger with doing breakfast in the morning programs at school, lunch at school, after school programs. So there's a lot of organizations that are in place already feeding children without enough resources to feed the children. It's so unfair to the children. That's our next generation. These are the people that are going to be our decision makers, the people who are going to take care of us, running our country.
Exactly.
And we need to make sure that they grow to their full potential. And when a child goes to sleep hungry, when they don't know when their first meal is going to be, when they don't have the nutritional benefits of the foods and the fruits and vegetables, then they're not living up to their potential.
And going to school like that, many children go to school hungry, and you can't learn to your fullest capacity. I mean, you're just not functioning. You know, on an empty stomach. I know I can't. Right. You know. Okay, so this the SOS this year. You mentioned it is going to be at the Fairmont Turnberry in Aventura, and in August.
That's correct.
This year.
And so this year, what it is, it's like 35 chefs, all local chefs from around South Florida, and we get there and cook. So each
and these
of
are some good chefs. These
some
are
of the top chefs: Sydney Hudson, Carmen Gonzalez, Robin Haas.
Okay.
The chef from Turnberry, Michael, as well as Jonathan Eisman. I'll be there cooking, so that we each do a dish sort of representative of the types of foods that we do in the restaurant. They're small taster dishes, so that when you go around, you're sort of getting all 35 of these dishes, as well matching wines to go with it. So that as you're going around, You're tasting foods, you're tasting wines, you're having a good time at the event. And then we also do some other fundraisers while you're at the event. We have a live auction and silent auctions, which raise wonderful money. The silent auctions usually are wonderful, like KitchenAid products, mixers, blenders, knife sets, sometimes
Maybe dinners,
wines.
dinners to your restaurants.
Dinners for two and dinners for four.
Excellent.
And then like the live auction, it can be trips to California and winemaker dinners, as well as cruises and just wonderful bottles and rare collector's items in that sort of fashion. So there's lots of ways that we're trying to raise money. Our goal is to raise over $100,000 this year. In South Florida, we've actually raised over the past 18 years over $1 million to go to hunger relief.
And that goes straight to our local community here.
It does, and that's I'm glad you bring that up, because that's one of the neat things about SOS. 100% of the ticket price goes to hunger relief. It's not a percentage of it. Every dollar that from the tickets, so the guests that are coming in, that money is going directly to hunger. And talk about ticket price. The tickets are, we do a VIP reception, Dom Perignon VIP reception.
Sounds in
And that
very nice.
is an early, about 6 o'clock, for $150 per person.
Okay.
And $75 is general admission at 7 o'clock. But either way you come, you're going to have a great time.
You're going to have more food than you can ever think of eating. And
Great time.
and
It's a
great
lot
wines.
of fun, music. Always great to bring friends to an event like that, so that you can each go around and compare and taste and have fun, because you're going to bring friends, and you're also going to see friends at an SOS event. It's really a wonderful time for a wonderful cause.
And who are some of these organizations that benefits from the?
Locally, the dollars from SOS goes towards a Daily Bread Food Bank.
Okay.
Daily Bread Food Bank is a wonderful local organization that feeds and supports almost 200 other small churches, synagogues, homeless centers, just a Second Harvest, feeding the elderly. And so that what they're able to do is, for every dollar that we donate to them, they're able, since they get food from commodities from the government as well as excess foods, they figure that for every dollar, they actually turn around and give about $7 worth of groceries out to these. So when we give them $40,000 or $50,000, this group then can turn around and multiply it five, six-fold, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it's very important that we give them lots of dollars then, because we need
That's
to
right.
feed our local people.
Camilla's House is another.
Also, yes.
Camilla's House is a wonderful group of people downtown Miami,
Yes.
and they're feeding a lot of people. They may be some are homeless, some are just families where the kids and parents are eating together, and so that they need to be fed, because they don't have time to cook at home. They don't have the resources to cook at home, and single parent
Yeah, it's a shame.
households.
It's a shame that many people, we don't realize that. I mean, we're so blessed with all being able to go home and make food for our children and eat. But there are many people here locally who are in poverty, who are going to bed hungry, who don't have the means. And this is a great organization, a great opportunity for you to help out, to make your dollars double and triple and feed some of these families.
Right. Well, one of the things that we want to do this year to make it very unique is to do a tropical fruit SOS.
Exactly. And you being the tropical fruit spokesperson, it
Right.
just comes out perfect.
Well, it's to me, sort of bringing the farmers and the chefs together is one of my important goals of being a spokesperson for them, because the food, the tropical fruits, are a wonderful local ingredient.
We have some here locally. These are all
Right.
from here, from Florida, as you see.
These are grown here, and if we're able to help the local small farmers that they are, bring their fruits to market locally and excite the chefs about the tropical fruits, and then the chefs cooking with these tropical fruits at SOS into their dishes, then having lots of people taste them, I think it's just a wonderful energy that we'll get together with the farmers, with the chefs, getting them to try new recipes, some recipes that they love to do, because the tropical fruits actually bring in a whole different type of component to the flavors. This is South Florida, the heat of the day, 90% humidity, 90-degree heat in the summer.
Please don't remind us.
Well, you have to eat properly for that.
Exactly.
You know, you sort of have to take your lead from the architecture of the land. So that with tropical fruits, when you're cooking with tropical fruits, you're using them because they're refreshing. A lot of them have a nice sweetness to it, wonderful aromatics to a tropical fruit, and using them into cooking is delicious. Matching them with local fresh seafood, matching them with salad dressings, desserts. There's just so many utility to these wonderful tropical fruits, and so that what I want to do is introduce the chefs and farmers together to introduce it to at SOS. Because this is our local economy, helping each other grow and building a stronger community.
Exactly, that is so important. And I know that you've been working so much with tropical fruits for many years now. So many people know you from the Fruit and Spice Park, even.
Right.
You know, with the mangoes. I know you started all this, and it's great that you're sharing some of your experiences and sharing some of this wealth with the other chefs to better them.
Well, to me, you know, as a chef, you want to try to get the best that the area has. Trying to use the local ingredients, and tropical fruits is that. We have fresh fish. We have wonderful cultures that use these tropical fruits differently. The influence on the tropical fruits culturally, whether it's a Latin type of dish or Caribbean type of dish, or even a Southeast Asian or Indian type of dish. Each of these are wonderful, they're different, they're utilized differently, and by learning and tasting and sharing, we grow and enrich our community. And that's kind of where the fun of it is, to try and to utilize more tropical fruits, because they are here. We're probably the most unique cultural area in the United States.
Absolutely.
Because this is the only place that tropical fruits grow.
Exactly.
So no other chefs have this opportunity to have a market basket full of tropical fruits.
Yes, we're very lucky to be able to do this and to have a Taste of the Nation event this year, a tropical fruit Taste of the Nation.
Right.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about the Taste of the Nation, so don't go away.
Now we show in this section that many functions can be approximated by polynomials, and that the polynomials instead of the original functions can be used for computations. I want you to work on it very hard, because we are going to be quizzed on it by the end of the week. It's a little bit difficult at first.
Things can get pretty ugly when you're bored. In an after-school program, you can find something way better to do.
Appreciation. Pass it on.
'Cause Mom, you always were the perfect
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Where's the whole wheat? There's no whole wheat. Hey, excuse me?
Excuse me, sir. Something wrong?
Yeah, there's something wrong. You want to get me some whole wheat? Oh, come on. Hey, hey, amigo. Hey, I asked you for whole wheat bread. This is not what I wanted. El Wheato.
Sorry for the confusion.
You know, that's the problem with these people. If you want to serve Americans, you got to learn to speak the language. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir. I don't. Enjoy your lunch.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
Hi, welcome to Taste of Florida Tropics. I'm Sonia Vaquero. Thanks for joining us. Today we are talking to Chef Alan, and our discussion today is on SOS, Taste of the Nation. Share Our Strength is what SOS stands for. And we were just discussing a little bit about SOS and how this year we're going to make it a tropical fruit SOS, and we're trying to incorporate more of the Florida-grown tropical fruits into this event, which benefits childhood hunger and our local communities here. You were talking to me a little bit about how it's important for you to have the farmer, the local Florida farmer, get a little bit more on the same page with the chefs, with their local chefs.
Well, I think it's so important because it is an educational process. As a chef, I've learned by coming down here to Homestead, by coming to the farmers, going to the groves, going to different festivals and tasting. Not every chef takes that opportunity. Not every chef is native to South Florida. A lot of them have come from all over the world now.
Yeah.
And so that some of the chefs have some experience with it. But what you need to do with tropical fruits, as in anything, is educate them. And so that I feel that the best educators are actually the growers, the farmers. Those are the people that are growing them. They know how to grow them. They may not have all the ideas of how to treat them culinarily. And so what I want to do for our SOS is get all of the SOS chefs together, probably a couple months before, and get the chefs and the farmers in the same room. And when we have them, let the farmers talk about the tropical fruits, the growing conditions, how they grow, when they ripen, how they feel that they ripen best. And then the chefs can take that information and best utilize that and understand, oh, okay, that's how it gets ripened. Is that what the fresh fruit's supposed to taste like? I've seen it because sometimes when it comes through the channels of distribution, as opposed to from farm direct, it sort of loses some of the quality, whether it's thrown into a refrigerator, whether it's been picked green somewhere else
'cause it has
and
to be.
shipped. And, you know, the tropical fruits here in South Florida are wonderful. They need a little bit more caring, you know, just like tomatoes. If you could take a crate of tomatoes and throw it in the refrigerator, it's awful. And taking the tropical fruits, if you take them and just let them ripen at room temperature, spend the time, which chefs usually do care for their ingredients. They understand that the better you take care of the ingredients, the more flavor, the more
The better
texture, color
you're gonna have.
that you're going to get out, and you're going to be able to put it into that. So putting them in the same room is going to be an educational process. The farmers will hear what the chefs are looking for, and they'll understand what types of things they should be growing and what they're, by the questions and the response, and also the chefs will get a lot out of that. And I think from that, they'll be able to utilize more of the tropical fruits in their cooking, and for SOS, they're going to be using the tropical fruits in all of their dishes.
Exactly.
So whether they're going to match them up for desserts, or appetizers and ceviches, or roasted shrimp with a tropical fruit with guava, for instance, or whether it's going to be a seared scallop with mamey, you know, the chefs are going to use all their wonderful imaginations to do that for SOS, which is going to raise money for hunger.
Exactly, and SOS also has an event that is maybe a couple months before, which is called the Fabulous Five.
Yes, actually, it's a fun event. This is a gourmet dinner, a sit-down dinner. 5 fabulous female chefs. And this is an event that we've started a couple years back with Carmen Gonzalez. She hosted at her restaurant in Coral Gables.
And it's called
5 fabulous female chefs. So we, of course, we have 5 fabulous females who are chefs. And so that, along with Carmen, Cindy Hudson from Martinique, Andrea from Tallulah, my pastry chef, Jennifer Brown, Michelle Bernstein will also be participating. So we've got these 5 wonderful, talented chefs. It's a sit-down dinner in Coral Gables at Carmen's. And this is sort of our kickoff for the press, for awareness, for sponsors even to come to this dinner so that they get to the awareness and start the energy rolling for our SOS event, which is a month later in August 2nd.
Yes, it is. It's very important that we do get these sponsors, as you said, to raise money, because these dollars are not only doubled and tripled, I mean, they go a long way. So it is very important to get these sponsors.
Right, and sponsors can come from, it doesn't have to be just from the food industry.
Exactly.
It can be from, it's really the community. This is a community-based, sharing our strength. It's sort of, we are looking for shareholders. We want people who are want to take part and share their abilities, share their talent, as well as their assets, if they can, to be sponsors, to help the event, but to help the event raise money for hunger relief.
Exactly. And if you can't be a sponsor, certainly there's things that can be auctioned. And if you have a business or a service that offers a service or anything, that can also be used to raise money, because we have auction opportunities
We have
in the silent and in the live.
and live auction. And we also have a fun thing, which is a tropical fruit tree, where you'll be able to pick a fruit and get a prize from that, which is going to be fun. And what's neat, because right now, someone who has something that they would like to auction or donate to us, they can go on the website, miamitaste.com, and there's a section in that we talk about the whole overall SOS event and the chefs and the sponsors, but also you can donate at that spot. Or you can buy tickets online, which is also wonderful. So it's a very easy way to buy tickets for SOS. Or if you're a sponsor and you have goods or services that you can donate, whether it's hotel rooms or massages or it's almost any tickets for shows, any type of sponsorship that their business in the community can be, they can donate it directly online, and we'll make the appropriate things to make that happen for the evening.
Yes, exactly. On online and getting your tickets, it's important that you do get your tickets and on a timely basis, because I know the space is going to be limited, and I know hopefully we're going to be sold out.
It's
Right.
a big demand evening. We really do try to sell out. Usually that's about 500-600 people, and we sell out so that it's not overly crowded. We want everybody to have a good time, be able to get to all of the wines, all of the food. It's a wine event, as
Exactly.
much as a food event.
So all you wine connoisseurs, this is the place to go, place to check
Exactly.
out.
Yeah, not only the top wineries are pouring wine there, wonderful wines, but also then there's silent and live auction lots that, comparatively to the Napa Valley wine auction, the same lots in Napa Valley, the lot that we'd auction off for maybe $3,000-4,000 in Napa Valley goes for about $30,000 to $50,000.
Wow.
So talk about value in being able to buy a rare wine, because when we auction it like that, those are direct from the winery. These are big format bottles, large, unusual bottlings,
Yes.
so that they're only made for auction. A lot of the wineries in Napa Valley specific bottles for auction only.
Yeah.
And they
This is
give
not
out
for one
2 or
evening.
3 around the country, and that's it.
Exactly.
Right, so you can't buy it in the store. So it's a unique thing to
A
put
piece of
into your
collector's.
cellar and to share with friends when you get it to your house.
Yes, and you know what, Chef Allen? I heard a very interesting and funny story about an auction in Grovile. Does that ring any bells?
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, sometimes the auctions get a little bit out of hand. We're trying to raise and squeeze the most out of the guests, because we want to get the money for the hunger relief. We want it to go to SOS. So we were doing a chef's auction. We were auctioning off 5 chefs to cook at one dinner. And these 5 chefs got together and we said, okay, this is going good. And it was at a nice premium, and we said, okay, I'm not sure if it was a chef's idea or one of the guests, but they said, if you jump in the pool, we'll add $500 to the bid. And we said, no, each chef that jumps in the pool is going to add $500. So I looked at the other chefs and said, okay, I guess
do
we're
it.
getting wet. And some jumped, some had to be pushed.
Really?
So we all went in. We all went in, raised the price of the auction to $2,500 more than it was.
Good for you.
And we were in chef jackets and clothes and shoes, and we were
soaking wet.
We were soaked, but we raised the money for SOS.
That's the important thing, raising
know.
that money.
Exactly, and everyone loved it. It was a good time, and that's the fun. It's really a good community fun event where people are eating well, enjoying, and having a good time at SOS.
And having some good wine. We had also a tropical fruit wines that I know that you are very familiar with, and you've tasted, and I know you have great things to say about that. That they're going to be there as well.
Yes, the
Schnebley's Redlands Wineries.
Redland
Yeah.
wine is wonderful. I think it's a lot of fun. I think they're developing. It's going to take a couple years to find their pace in the market and who they are. But right now, just right out of where this moment, they're producing some wonderful wines.
Yeah. They know they have some challenges
Right.
and obstacles to overcome, but they're ready, they're excited, and I know we are because they're using our Florida tropical fruits, and this is tropical fruit wines as they mentioned to us. So I know they will be present at the SOS as well.
And so
that
it's
would be
a
a
good
great
place to
opportunity
taste it.
to taste some of these wines that
Exactly.
are not for sale right at the moment.
No, by then we hope that they will be, but
Uh-huh.
the different tropical fruits that they're using, I'm going to encourage them to allow some of the chefs to cook with it too. Because I think these tropical wines are wonderful for cooking, because as a chef you want unusual ingredients that add flavor and power and panache to your cooking, and being able to add a new wine, whether it's a lychee wine or a guava wine or a mango wine, it adds another level of dimension, another level of flavor, which makes it more interesting. Sometimes it's a direct flavor, and sometimes it's just a subtlety that you taste on the palate. So, what's the secret ingredient? And it could be that tropical wine.
They can't quite pin it, right?
Right, right.
Excellent. And you know what, another exciting event that is coming up, and Chef Allen is going to be there with us and for us, is the Tropical Ag Fiesta, which is in June at the Fruit and Spice Park.
Right. The Tropical Ag Fiesta is wonderful.
I know you've been with them and have participated many years already. So
Right. I've been a participant, and I'm thrilled to have it back at the Fruit and Spice Park.
Great
I think that's a
location.
wonderful location. What they've done recently in replanting and reorganizing the park is tremendous. And to have the chefs down there to cook with the tropical fruits, because seeing the fruit and eating it out of hand is wonderful. But when you start cooking with it, and you're finding new dimensions of flavors and just ways of producing and preparing these tropical fruits that you've never thought before, that's a lot of fun, and that's what we're going to do at the Tropical Fruit Fiesta.
yeah, that's going to be a great event. I know yourself is going to be there. We're going to have a couple other top local chefs that
Right.
will most likely be part of the SOS. And
Right, Dewey Lasasso is going to be there.
from North 110.
Exactly. So we'll have 5-6 chefs there from some great restaurants, and each of them will have their own specialties that they're going to present.
That they can contribute.
And taste. So,
Great. So excited to have them. We're so excited that you're part and chairing this wonderful organization, SOS, Taste of the Nation. We certainly urge you to get involved, to give to the community, to assist us with anything that you can. Purchase a ticket, enjoy the evening, taste the great food, have some wonderful wine. We'd love to see you there. Thank you, Chef Allen. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.